Hello everyone and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Today I am going to tell you a few items. I think it's 10. I may combine a couple of them to make it just 10. Items that I find I could not sew or quilt without. These are things that make my life easier, and some of them are actually new to me this year. So I am going to start kind of like at the beginning of my process. I'm going to move some things here so I can show you. The first thing in my process is my label maker. I don't know if I could make it without my label maker, because what I do is I take this and I make a label for each of my project boxes. So this is number 1. Number 2 is my project boxes. Normally I have a label right here on this blank spot right there. But this is a new quilt that came in the Bella Rose quilt advent box. I have that in there. I'm going to be cutting my fabric and I will be labeling this box just for that quilt. So those are my basic 2 first things that I do for all of my quilting projects. I kind of got into the habit of doing all of my quilts in these boxes. So everything I'm working will be back here behind me in my project boxes. The third thing, we already got 2. See, I can't even count today, y'all. The third thing that I absolutely love, I was introduced to this year. It is a slap and wrap peel. You can put this on your thread cones. I use it on my embroidery stabilizer. And this is what it is. It's a slap and wrap right here. Peel. And you slap it and see how it just wraps. And I'll show you how I use it on my stabilizer. This right here is my medium weight tearaway, and I want to make sure to get it on that there. I just slap it and there you go. I don't have to worry about this unrolling once that is on there. And y'all, this can go on anything. You can use this on Christmas wrapping paper. For those of you that have Christmas wrapping paper, perfect. Okay, now we are getting, I'm looking at everything. Now we are getting more into the sewing and quilting items. One of the things, I did not use these at first because I thought, it's not going to matter. But guys, if you are quilting, you need a pair of gloves. I love these gloves. These are the ones that a subscriber viewer had sent in a box of goodies, and I was going to share these with somebody, but I did replace them. Let me just say that I did replace them. They've already been given out in a goodie box. But I was like, well, those are in there. Let me check and see how they work. So I got these out and I use them a lot now when I quilt my quilts. And I only quilt quilts that are like this size right here. The really small crib quilts, maybe a lap quilt. But normally most of my stuff is going to go to a long armor. But quilting gloves to me now are a must. I could not quilt really without those. Every now and then you may see me where I'm not. But trust me when I say these make your life a lot easier. Now, the next thing I have, I don't know if I got this last year or this year, but I'm going to tell you, I could not quilt without this, especially a half square triangle. There's no way. These are the trim locks. Now, everything that I'm showing you, I will have a link for them down in the description. You can check your local quilt shop or just check out the link down in the description. But I will have all of these linked. There are 2 sets of these trim locks, and I have both sets. And they also have the rulers that are like this. Y'all. Now see, this here does not have a size listed on it. It just has your lines here. And it has these grip things. They are fabulous. Game changer. Serious game changer, guys. So if I have to do a half square triangle, that comes out. And I have them all in a bag over here. And that bag is under some stuff. And I don't want to pull it out because I may have a landslide if I do that. It's got bolts of fabric laying on top of it. Now, the next thing, I'm trying to see if it has the name of what this is on it. I know the brand. It is a Martelli rotary cutter. I think it's called like the Ergo something. But you hold it this way and you can just push straight with it. And it's got a place right here for your thumb. And the thing that I find the best about it, it's got a little groove right here on top where your finger can lay. So let me show you how. You hold it like this. Your finger goes in that groove. Your thumb goes in that groove there. And that way you're not going to slide and your finger go over the blade like mine did a couple weeks ago with my other rotary cutter. When I go places, I carry my other rotary cutter because this is hard to put in a bag. You know, it's just really hard to put in a bag. So I carry my flat rotary cutter, and yeah, I cut my finger. I'm surprised not to the bone. So now to the 7th thing that I absolutely love with quilting items is this little baby. Now, Miss Dee Dee introduced me to this, and I'm going to show you what I think is fabulous. Magnet, and you see it's got a needle there. And then it has the little cutter right there, and look, you got the little bin to keep your stuff in. I always keep my little screwdriver for my machine in there because that way I could change the needle out no problem. But I've got a clip in there and one of the quilting pins because you never know. You only need one sometimes. So I keep my basic. And the other thing that's great about this, I'm going to hold everything in, is you've got these little grips on the bottom of it. So when you're using it, it's not sliding around. So guys, I love this little thing. It is always pulled out. It sits under the ledge of my sewing machine. I love this. Now, once again, this is all linked down in the description of this video. Now, my 8th thing that I love, and well, I'm going to save that one for last. I got the Oliso M3 Pro. This is your smaller, see it's a small iron. It is corded. I'm going to have to try getting that cordless one, but you will see here, I do need to clean it right now. It's time to clean it, but perfect size, perfect hand. I think these are your steam buttons. I don't use the steam with this one, but the only thing that I had to get used to was this spot not sitting on the board and getting used to the front being the weight of it. But this is the Oliso M3 Pro. And I really love how this iron produces. Now, I said I was going to count some of them as 2. I don't use this without this. This is Best Press. It is a starch and sizing alternative. I do not sew or quilt without this. It just makes your crisp edges so much prettier. If you have a fat quarter and it's got all those folds in it where it's been folded up, you just hit it with that, because sometimes if you just iron over it without anything, it takes forever to get those out. But you just hit them with that best press and then iron over it, it flattens it right out. So let me get that back out of the way here. Now, y'all, my 10th and final. I was just introduced to this, and I've used it only one time. But, guys, this is a game changer for me. This may not be something new, but it is a game changer for me. I'm going to show you how I use this in just a second after I show you what it is. Guys, this came in the Bella Rose quilt box, the Advent box. This is, I think I was told it's like a binding Betty, binding Buddy, something like this. You wrap your binding right here. And I slid one end in here so I could roll it. And then you take this and sit it on one of the spindles, I guess. And it unrolls it. Game changer. Let me show you how I used it when I was binding my little disappearing 4-patch. Now, as y'all know, in our Missouri Star Countdown to Christmas box, Jeannie's Countdown to Christmas, we got a little template holder. That's how I use it. It has the 2 pegs here. Let me take my thing off. You have your 2 pegs there. This holds templates. That's your clapper side. And it also has a ruler on it. See there? And I love this thing too, guys. I got, this is a clapper. And we got this clapper out of the Bella Rose Quilt Advent box. And I'd never had a clapper, y'all. Never had one. And now I use it and I love it. But this right here, just sit it on there. And I have it turned like this way for me. And it just rolls off. I have it sitting in front of my machine. So guys, this is wonderful. I'm going to link all of this stuff down in the description for you. So if you would be interested in it, these are things that are game changers for me. I did have the little Mighty Steam iron. It worked really well, but it started, I don't know if I could say burning my fabric, but my white fabric was starting to burn. So I don't know if it had a hot spot on the heating pad of it. So I just said I need to get rid of it. It's not worth the risk of ruining my quilts. And so I just went to the Aliso. I've not had a bit of trouble out of it. It's not staining my fabrics. The only issue I'm having with it right now is it gets really dirty. But I do spray my best press close to it, so it's going to get dirty. And guys, so I don't know if there's any other things that any of you have found in 2024, but most of these are new to me 2024. New to me 2024. New to me 2024. Okay, this has to be my number one. This is my absolute favorite thing that I got or was introduced to this year. I wasn't introduced to this year, but actually the organizing part, I really think I started that late last year or early this year. You know, so many of these things was this year. Actually, I think all of them were this year, except for the best press and the label maker and the box. So, guys, if you have a notion, sewing, quilting notion that you think is a game changer, let me know down in the description. I love finding things that make my life easier. I think it goes without saying, a good ruler that has good grips on the back. This is the Perfect 5 ruler. I have the Perfect 5 and the Perfect 10. They have these little grips on the back of them that are just fabulous. They make it so easy to cut your fabric and stuff. So, but that goes without saying. A good one is perfect. So, once again, give me a thumbs up if you have not. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, please do. It helps my channel grow. And if you click that notification bell, you won't miss a thing, because you will be notified when I have new content uploaded. And leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me of a notion that you have. If I did not list it, let me know a game changer for you. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day and a very happy new year. Goodbye.